In Lou's line item veto tonight, we focus on the $14 billion in spending and borrowing legislation, this time for renewable energy programs, so-called. President Obama promised to invest in clean energy during his campaign. But how would this investment stimulate our economy now, and how many jobs would it create now? Kitty Pilgrim with the answers.
In a perfect world, energy would be clean, plentiful, and cheap, generated by wind and sun. A great goal, but some say not appropriate for a stimulus plan.
Voter sentiment for renewable energy is kind of a make-believe fantasy that somehow money can come from heaven and make things beautiful and cheap and green all at the same time, and no one's bills go up. And of course, none of that's possible.
There are lots of reasons for our economy and environment to invest in wind and solar energy, but wind and solar are capital-intensive industries, not labor-intensive, so job creation would be expensive. According to the Center for American Progress, it would take $50,000 of taxpayer money to create every green job, a government-subsidized job in an industry already heavily subsidized. The House stimulus proposal of $18 billion would be 10 times the current government funding for renewable energy. The Senate plan of $14 billion is 7 times higher, and neither plan would spend the money quickly.
Whether you're talking 14 or 18, you only have about 2 that could possibly be properly spent in the first 2 years. These projects are taking 10+ years to get off the ground because even those who say they're environmentalists don't want them in their backyard.
And the Congressional Budget Office says the new funding would not be stimulative. We therefore expect that the proportion of spending that would occur in the first few years would be lower than for the existing programs, reflecting the time it would take DOE to establish new programs. Some say the heavily subsidized renewable energy industry does not deserve even more money.
That money doesn't grow on trees. It comes from somewhere. So if we are spending taxpayer dollars to prop up these industries that wouldn't otherwise exist in the private sector, we are diverting those resources away from other things.
Now, even some of the critics we talked to today say renewable energy development is a very good long-term goal for the country, but many think it does not deserve a place in stimulus plans. Lou?
Stimulus plans like this one, piled up higher and higher all the time.